Just one.
Good morning, Iona College. Wake up, rise and shine.
Wake up.
I am Angelica Bogdani.
And I'm Maggie.
I'm Gel though, really.
She
And
goes by Jill.
we are here, big jam-packed day. We have a lot to talk about. We have a lot of topics we want to debate. Today is the New York primary, of course. I am going to vote at 5, and Maggie is not going to vote.
Well, I don't live here, so.
True. So yeah, you're pulling locations in around here, and then we are going to talk about Coachella, a lot of interesting stuff. But I want to get right into a topic that I've been studying lately, and it's does the media report politics or does it shape political events, and how has media affected political elections since the beginning of time? So, in the 1920s, when radio came to the scene. FDR was the first political candidate that really used the radio and his talks when the American people would gather in their living rooms and they would listen to the radio. That was known as the fireside chats, and he was the he was the first person to really utilize that and have intimate talks with the American public, and that is really what changed elections for forever after that. And then, of course, you have the 1960s. JFK was the first successful candidate that used television, but Reagan and Bill Clinton perfected it. And of course, JFK was the first successful one, of course, and it was exciting, and he was good looking, charming. That had a lot to do with his win. But Reagan was a TV actor, so he really knew how to communicate with the public. And then Bill Clinton he perfected the form, and they could they had a home demeanor that was bigger than life, that people really responded well to. But you know what? Now I will argue that Obama has perfected social media in 2008. His campaign knew it. They were really good with millennials. They were on the college campuses. They were using Blackberries. Oh, Obama has a Blackberry. He's so relatable. Literally that was one of the biggest things, that the way he used social media, it has a lot to do with his win. I mean, he spent a lot of money too, but now we're into it's still social media, but Trump changed the game of social media and the media in general.
He has so many connections.
He's like a inborn troll. He doesn't care.
Troll.
He is. He will say the most controversial things, but people want to know what did Trump tweet last night? Hillary Clinton, her Twitter, and Jeb Bush and all of them, it was ran by an intern or something. You could tell it was just bland. It was just to.
Yeah, you could tell that Trump he managed does tweets his own stuff.
And maybe a little when he's giving a speech or something, now that's getting closer to the general, that maybe they tweet a little couple stuff, but Hillary Clinton, all of them, they just had they were just giving news off their Twitter, or talk about the issues. Trump kind of changed that whole game. Even Obama, he was talking about issues. Even though he was really good at social media, Trump changed the game. And it's really it's only a particular kind of personality that works for this. It's one that's big enough to grab the attention, because you need a small enough soundbite. Facebook, a 30-second soundbite you see of Trump, or 30-second soundbite of Hillary or Bernie, but you need a big enough personality that could really, since you only have such a limited time.
Yeah.
Nowadays with social media, news changes every hour, you really need to make your mark, and Trump perfected that. I think he got $2 billion worth of earned media, free media.
That is crazy. Didn't the other ones only get
Cruz had 3. I have it. Actually, I don't have it anymore. But Cruz had 300 million or something. But million, not even. And he's just second runner up. And I think everybody, I think Trump had more than all of them combined.
Crazy.
It's no matter what you feel about him, it is really insane the way he changed this whole game. I don't know. He's really gonna be studied for the rest of our lives.
Politics, is definitely something like
public relations are gonna have a case study on him. He like nobody predicted it. I mean, a couple people did, and now they're laughing like, haha, I knew. But a lot of experts got on there like there's no way he's not spending money. He doesn't have a real campaign. Like he doesn't know the rules. Like there's no way you could succeed in the political field. And he said, "Watch me," and he did. And people are like, we've never seen anything like this in history, like ever.
Yeah.
Obama changed
it's crazy
history.
That we're like living through this.
And now
something.
This is even more. And like we're just living through like really crazy times. And I don't know. It just. So what do you think? Do you think media shapes elections?
I think so.
Does it report politics or does it shape political events? What do you think?
I think that the media definitely has like an influence over it
100%.
because everything now is on social media. Everything.
Yeah, it's true.
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, everything. People are putting up posts about who like. Well, I feel like we've talked about this before. Like the Kardashians, like they put up pictures with Hillary saying like they're voting for Hillary.
Yeah.
Which I think is like good for you. Vote whoever you want to. It's not I don't really care, but like people look up to people like the Kardashians.
No,
like,
it's true.
You know?
Yeah.
And people are gonna say, oh well, if Kim Kardashian's gonna vote for Hillary Clinton, then I want to be like Kim Kardashian.
100%.
So it definitely influences.
And I wonder,
100%.
Can you truly promote a social change? Like, can you be an advocate for, social justice when your primary goal is to make money? So like what I'm saying, like companies, like this was like something that we did yesterday, Media Law and Ethics was like one of
I
the
was
things.
actually just thinking about that.
Like, can you truly, like, when your goal in life, like if you're a business or you're a celebrity and like you really just want to make money and you question the intentions of their political candidates of choice because like who has ties to who, everything's so corrupt nowadays. Hillary Clinton, like what does she have, like what kind of business ties. George Clooney's donating $100 million to the Clinton Foundation. They all just you have to like there's like of the foundation, like you have to give I think like $200,000 to be able to go to the event. And like
who were you saying before that just
endorsed? No, he didn't endorse Trump, but he was talking about I think like positively of him. But I think he's gonna vote for Bernie or Hillary. I just read, so never mind. Scratch that. But
never mind.
So what I'm saying, like. In a business, like, okay, business saying, like, oh, no, like, okay, for example, Dove in 2004, they had that campaign, like, and...
What is it, the Real Beauty?
The Real Beauty campaign, and the goal was to, like, break the barrier, stereotypical, how the media looks at women and stuff, and it's like, do you really care? Because you're selling beauty products. Like, do you really care about making girls feel less insecure, or do you want to make money? Do you really care? No. And then what about those tiny girls, those skinny girls? And now you have a new ad with all like curvier girls. Those tiny girls feel like there's something wrong with them. Ethical problem. I don't like it. And I think that I just thought that was interesting because I did homework on that yesterday. I think that really relates to celebrities endorsing political candidates too, because it's like, what are the intentions, like from a business or whatever? And
do they just want to make money, or
they want to shape our culture and they want to shape our society, but you're not like us. You have millions of dollars. You have a different lifestyle than us. You're really not the American people. That's not
true.
And like whatever, like it's really like I'm not gonna get into it completely, but it's really like a controversial topic, and I don't know, it's just really not fair. Now, this is so in order for individual candidates to seek media attention or to win primaries, to win caucuses, to win the general election, they need media attention. So, so this was like, so here's a couple of things that, it's no longer the party necessarily that needs attention. It's now the separate candidates within the party, which is why this whole year has been so crazy. Like, what candidate is going to get the Republican nomination? What candidate is going to get the Democratic nomination? So a really big thing is the media. They influence political opinions of voters. They determine the behavior of candidates and officials. And so the determining behavior of candidates and officials, this started with the fireside chats with Franklin Roosevelt. He used the radio to influence, in which he, there was economic depression. He talked to citizens over the radio. It was an intimate moment. They felt like they knew him. And then it happened with the TV set, like we were talking about before, and then like the media just like has so much politics, but like
it does.
But is that good? Because from one point of view, it's like, well, they're gonna be gatekeepers. They're gonna make sure our political, public officials, political candidates, our government is not abusing their power.
Yeah. Wait, what?
And then
technical difficulties.
Okay. Yeah, so basically that's just my thoughts on that, and we will be back after the break.